Have you ever noticed a flash of grey or brown darting up a tree, a bushy tail vanishing into the leaves? Squirrels are everywhere. City parks, deep woods. But what are they really up to? Today, we're diving into their secret world, a place of high-speed chases, clever tricks and daily adventures. Squirrels aren't just nut collectors, they're survivors, acrobats and master planners. We'll uncover their hidden homes, decode their secret signals and see how they outsmart predators. Imagine shrinking down to squirrel size, leaping from branch to branch, feeling the wind rush past. From sunrise to sunset, we'll follow their quests and discover what makes them so fascinating. Ready to see squirrels in a whole new way? Get set for a wild expedition. We'll climb high into the treetops and dig down to the forest floor, meeting incredible characters along the way. Keep your eyes open. The secret world of squirrels is about to be revealed. Let's jump in. To explore this world, we need a guide. Meet Squeaky, a young eastern grey squirrel with a stormy grey coat and a tail almost as big as he is. Squeaky is curious, energetic, and a true acrobat. He races along telephone wires and leaps between branches with ease. His home? A big oak tree in the park, perfect for adventure. Squeaky's favourite game is chase, sometimes with his siblings, sometimes dodging the grumpy old crow. He's clever, brave and just a bit cheeky. The perfect guide for our journey. We'll follow Squeaky as he wakes with the sun, stretches and sets out for the day. He'll show us the best spots for acorns, his tricks for remembering hidden snacks and the secret signals squirrels use to warn each other. Squeaky knows every shortcut, every hiding place and every danger in his world. From his cosy dray to secret tunnels under the roots, Squeaky's world is full of surprises. Stick close. He's about to lead us into the heart of squirrel life. Ready to see the world through Squeaky's eyes? Let's follow our furry friend. With Squeaky as our guide, get ready for a journey packed with surprises and discoveries. We'll explore squirrel homes, drays in the treetops, burrows underground, and see how they build safe, warm nests. Join Squeaky on a treasure hunt for food, racing against time and rivals to store enough for winter. Watch as he buries hundreds of nuts, then finds them months later. Thanks to an amazing memory. There's danger too. Hawks, foxes and cats are always on the prowl. Squeaky's quick thinking and agility are his best defences. By the end, you'll see squirrels as intelligent, resilient and vital to our ecosystem. Buckle up! Our wild ride into the secret life of squirrels starts now. Let's go. Team. At dawn, Squeaky wakes in his dray, a cosy nest of leaves and twigs high in a giant oak. From his treetop home, he surveys the park below, alert for danger and opportunity. His dray isn't just for sleeping. It's a launch pad for adventure. Squirrels build homes wherever they find safety. City parks, wild forests, even hollow logs. Each home is carefully chosen and built to protect against weather and predators. Squeaky checks his surroundings, listens to the morning sounds and plans his day. Whether in a bustling city or a quiet wood, squirrels are masters at making any place home. Survivors by nature, they adapt to every environment. With a flick of his tail, Squeaky leaps from his dray, ready to explore. The world below is full of challenges and rewards. His nest will be waiting when he returns, but for now, adventure calls. Let's follow Squeaky into his kingdom. Squeaky's city park is a land of opportunity and challenge. Oak trees are skyscrapers, branches form highways. He races along these paths, leaping between trees like a furry superhero. Squeaky knows every shortcut, every hiding spot and every snack source. He's learned human routines, when to expect peanuts, where to find dropped treats. But city life has dangers: hawks overhead, cars below and competition from pigeons and other squirrels. Squeaky uses trees for cover, avoiding open lawns and busy roads. He's bold but cautious, always strategizing. For Squeaky, the city is a playground and a puzzle. Bird feeders are buffets, garden pots are secret stashes. He invents new ways to thrive, using every part of his environment. Squeaky's kingdom is a place of endless adventure. Let's see what he discovers next. Now meet Squeaky's cousin, a forest squirrel living in ancient woods, where sunlight filters through towering trees. Here life is quieter and wilder. No people, just the sounds of nature. The forest squirrel survives by foraging, knowing which mushrooms are safe, when pine cones are ripe and where to find sweet sap. Every day is a treasure hunt, with nature providing all the rewards. Predators are different here. Foxes, weasels and owls keep the forest squirrel alert. Nests are built high or hidden deep, making them hard to reach. The forest squirrel's senses are finely tuned to danger and opportunity. By burying acorns and seeds, it helps new trees grow, playing a vital role in the ecosystem. No telephone wires here, just fallen logs and endless trees. The forest is a vast, interconnected world where every creature has a part. Let's watch as the forest squirrel navigates this wild green kingdom. Whether in a park or forest, a squirrel's dray is a masterpiece. It's a carefully constructed sphere built around a sturdy fork in the branches. Squeaky weaves twigs, adding layers of wet leaves and moss for a waterproof shell. The inside is all about comfort. Lined with soft materials, it's a snug, warm bed. A squirrel may have multiple drays, a main home and smaller resting spots. Young squirrels learn by watching their mothers. The result is a secure and cozy home that can last for years. A dray is more than just shelter. It's the center of a squirrel's world, a nursery and a fortress. So, next time you see a leafy ball in the branches, you'll know it's a squirrel's cozy castle. The sun is up and Squeaky's tummy is rumbling. It's time for breakfast. For a squirrel, the whole world is a giant supermarket. Squeaky scurries down his oak tree, nose twitching. He's on a mission to find the tastiest treasures. Finding food is a squirrel's most important job, and Squeaky is an expert shopper. First stop, the bottom of his own tree. Oak trees produce acorns, a squirrel's favorite food. He zigzags across the grass, eyes scanning for the perfect acorn. He picks one up, turns it, shakes it. He can tell if it's good or wormy. Squirrels only collect the best. The park supermarket has many sections. Squeaky might want something different, like flower bulbs. He has to be quick, as the gardener doesn't like him nibbling the flowers. A squirrel's menu changes with the seasons, and they remember where to find the best food. This daily shopping trip is a full-body workout. Every meal is earned through skill and effort. For Squeaky, finding food is the first exciting adventure of his day. As autumn approaches, it's time for the great acorn hunt. Squeaky's mission becomes serious as he prepares for winter. Days are shorter, signaling squirrels to gather food. Squeaky works hard to store enough food for the cold months. His playful snack search turns into a full-time job from sunrise to sunset. He dashes around, cheeks puffed with acorns, using them like stretchy shopping bags. He buries nuts one by one in different spots, a careful ritual. Squeaky digs a hole, pushes the nut in, covers it, and camouflages the spot. Sometimes he playfully fights with his neighbor over an acorn or has to escape from a curious dog. The great acorn hunt is hard work, but full of fast-paced action. While acorns are Squeaky's favorite, he knows that a balanced diet is important. A squirrel can't live on nuts alone. They are omnivores, which means they eat both plants and animals, though they much prefer plants. Squeaky is always on the lookout for different kinds of food to keep him healthy and strong. In the spring, he loves to nibble on the tender new buds of trees. They are soft, juicy, and full of the nutrients he needs after a long winter. He also enjoys eating different types of flowers, much to the frustration of local gardeners who plant beautiful tulips only to find the petals have been nibbled on. As the seasons change, so does the menu. In the summer, the park becomes a fruit paradise. Squeaky knows exactly which bushes produce the sweetest blackberries and which trees will offer delicious wild cherries. He will carefully climb out onto the thinnest branches to reach the ripest fruit, his small weight allowing him to go where heavier birds cannot. He also enjoys mushrooms that pop up after a rainstorm, but he is very careful. He has learned from his mother which ones are delicious and which ones are poisonous. This knowledge is passed down from one generation of squirrels to the next. Sometimes a squirrel needs a bit more protein, especially a mother squirrel who is feeding her babies. On rare occasions, Squeaky might find an insect, like a caterpillar or a grasshopper, and have a crunchy snack. Even more rarely, squirrels have been known to eat bird eggs if they find an unguarded nest. This might seem shocking, but it's a part of nature's cycle. Every animal needs to find the food that will help it survive and raise its family. For Squeaky, these are rare treats, and his diet is mostly made up of nuts, seeds, fruits and fungi. And of course, there are the surprise snacks provided by humans. Squeaky has had some very strange and wonderful meals thanks to the people in the park. One time he found a piece of a pretzel and he loved the salty crunch. Another time he had a hilarious tug-of-war with a pigeon over a dropped French fry. While these human foods are a fun treat, Squeaky knows that his natural diet of nuts and seeds is what truly keeps him healthy. His varied diet shows just how adaptable and clever squirrels are, making the most of every food source their environment has to offer. How does Squeaky remember where he buried all those nuts? A squirrel's brain is wired to remember locations. He creates a mental map, marking spots using landmarks. This skill, called scatter hoarding, is a brilliant survival strategy. By spreading his food, he protects his winter supply. Squeaky also knows that blue jays are watching him, so sometimes he will perform a fake burial. This deception helps to fool any food thieves. This amazing memory helps the whole forest. Sometimes Squeaky forgets where he buried a nut. The forgotten acorns are then free to sprout. So, in a way, squirrels are tiny, furry gardeners. Their secret weapon of memory are responsible for planting millions of trees. A squirrel's bushy tail isn't just a decoration, it's a vital tool for communication. It's like a signal flag showing other squirrels how they are feeling. A raised puffed tail means excitement or alarm, signaling others to pay attention. A tail calmly on the ground shows safety and contentment. Tail flicks warn others to stay away from their territory. The tail also provides balance, like a tightrope walker's pole, preventing falls. It can even act as a parachute to slow a fall. For comfort, it's a built-in umbrella for shade. In winter, it becomes a warm, furry blanket. It's a communication device, balancing tool, safety parachute and cozy blanket all in one. For a young squirrel like Squeaky, the world is one giant playground. Playing is very important for young squirrels because it helps them practice the skills they will need as adults. Their favourite game is chase. You can often see Squeaky and his siblings engaging in high-speed pursuits through the treetops. This game builds strength and agility. Another fun game squirrels play is a kind of wrestling. It also helps to establish friendships and hierarchies within the squirrel community. Even when they are alone, squirrels find ways to have fun. This playful curiosity is what makes squirrels so clever and adaptable. Every moment is a chance to learn, explore, and enjoy the adventure of life. Squeaky is busy digging a hole for a walnut. Suddenly, a dark shadow flashes over the grass. Squeaky freezes. A red-tailed hawk is circling. Squeaky abandons his walnut and explodes into motion, running in a zigzag pattern. The hawk dives, talons outstretched. Squeaky leaps towards the safety of a maple tree. He scrambles up the trunk. He spirals around the trunk, using the tree as a shield. Squeaky reaches a thick cluster of leaves. He darts inside and holds perfectly still. The frustrated hawk gives up and soars away. Squeaky's speed and agility helped him outsmart a fearsome predator. After the hawk has flown away, Squeaky has a very important job. He needs to warn every other creature in the area that a predator was nearby. He climbs onto a sturdy branch and begins to send out an alarm. He lets out a series of short, sharp barks and chattering sounds. This is the squirrel alarm system, a specific alarm call for an aerial predator, like a hawk. Other squirrels and even birds in the area hear this call and know to look to the sky and take cover. While making his alarm call, he will also flick his tail in a very agitated and specific way. Once the alarm has been sounded, the whole park changes. Birds will stop singing and smaller animals will dash for cover. Squeaky has acted as a sentinel, a lookout for his community. Spring has arrived, bringing new beginnings. Squeaky has found a mate, Willow. Together, they've prepared a dray for their new family. Willow has given birth to tiny kits. They are born blind and without fur, completely helpless. Willow keeps them warm and feeds them. Squeaky guards the dray. Inside, the kits grow quickly, developing fur and opening their eyes. Willow constantly cleans and feeds them. The dray has become a bustling nursery. Squeaky works hard to find food. Together, they ensure their new generation has the best start in life. As the kits grow, the dray needs constant upkeep. One windy day, a hole rips in the dray. Willow, busy with the kits, can't fix it. Squeaky springs into action to protect his vulnerable babies. It's a dramatic nest-building day. He scurries down the tree, scanning for supplies. He needs strong twigs. Next, he needs damp leaves. He stuffs his mouth full. He pushes the leaves into the gaps. Squeaky hunts for soft materials. He finds cattail fluff and rope fibers. He carries these treasures back to the dray. Willow arranges them inside. Their teamwork ensures a safe, warm home. The weeks just seem to fly by, and inside the repaired dray, the kits are no longer tiny, helpless babies. They're now covered in thick, fluffy fur and look like, well, miniature versions of their parents. Their eyes are wide with curiosity, and honestly, their energy is just boundless. They spend their days wrestling with each other, tumbling over their mother, and playfully nipping at her tail. The cosy nursery has really transformed into a rambunctious playroom. Now that they're stronger and more aware, it's time for their lessons to begin. Willow starts teaching them the essential skills they'll need to survive in the big, wide world outside their nest. Their first lesson is about food. Willow brings different types of food back to the dray for them to try. She might bring a soft acorn, a tender tree bud, or even a juicy beetle. The kits sniff these new items cautiously before taking a tentative nibble. This is how they learn what's good to eat and what to avoid. Willow shows them how to hold a nut in their front paws and how to use their sharp little teeth to crack open the shell. They practice on small seeds at first, their clumsy paws fumbling. But with each attempt, they get better and more confident. The next lesson is about communication. The kits watch their mother's every move. They see how she flicks her tail to show she's annoyed when a blue jay gets a bit too close. They hear the soft chattering sounds she makes to call them over. They soon begin to mimic her. One kit will playfully flick its tiny tail at its sibling, copying the warning signal it's seen so many times. They start making their own little squeaks and chatters, practicing the complex language of squirrels. These early lessons in communication are absolutely vital for their future safety and social interactions. Perhaps the most important lesson of all is learning about danger. Even from the safety of the dray's entrance, Willow points out the world below. When the neighbour's cat prowls underneath their tree, Willow will let out a low, guttural warning sound. The kits instantly freeze, learning to associate that sound with the creature below. They watch as Squeaky bravely chatters and stomps his feet at the cat until it wanders away. Through these carefully supervised experiences, the kits learn to recognise predators and understand the instinct to hide or flee. Willow is preparing them for the day they'll have to face these dangers on their own. At around 8 weeks old, the young squirrels are just full of boundless energy and curiosity that can no longer be contained within the dray. It's time for the most exciting and honestly terrifying day of their lives, their very first venture into the outside world. One brave little kit, the boldest of the litter, tentatively pokes its head out of the entrance. It looks down at the ground, which must seem a million miles away. The world is so big, so bright, and so full of strange sounds and smells. It's a scary moment, but its desire to explore is even stronger than its fear. Willow and Squeaky are there to guide and encourage them. Willow goes first, expertly scurrying out onto a nearby branch. She then turns and chatters softly, calling to her kits to follow her lead. The first little squirrel hesitates for a moment, its tiny claws gripping the edge of the nest. Then it takes a deep breath, and with a surge of courage, it makes a small leap onto the same branch as its mother. It wobbles unsteadily for a second, its brand new balancing skills put to the ultimate test. Squeaky watches from a lower branch, ready to help if anyone gets into trouble. One by one, the other kits follow, each making their own brave little jump. Soon, the whole family is out on the branches of the great oak tree. This is their first real climbing lesson. They follow their parents, mimicking how they place their paws and use their claws to grip the rough bark. They start with small, careful steps, moving slowly along the thick, sturdy branches. Their first few attempts are clumsy, and they might slip, but they quickly learn. It's a day of discovery, as they feel the wind in their fur and see their park home from a whole new perspective for the very first time. This first expedition is short, lasting only a little while before the exhausted young squirrels are led back to the safety of the dray. But this single event marks a huge turning point in their lives. They have taken their first leap of faith and discovered a thrilling new world. Over the next few weeks, they'll spend more and more time outside, practicing their climbing, learning to leap between branches and following Squeaky on their first foraging trips. They have officially left the nest and begun their own grand adventure, ready to become the next generation of clever, acrobatic squirrels in the park. Our incredible journey with Squeaky and his family is now coming to an end. We have followed him from the first light of dawn, watching him wake up in his cozy dray high in the oak tree. We joined him on his daily treasure hunts, searching for the tastiest acorns and berries the park had to offer. We were amazed by his superpower memory, which allowed him to find thousands of buried nuts, and we even saw him trick his rivals with fake burials. This adventure has shown us that the life of a squirrel is packed with action, intelligence, and a whole lot of hard work every single day. We held our breath as he made a daring escape from the sharp talons of a hawk, using his incredible speed and clever zigzagging to reach the safety of the trees. We learned the secret language of his tail, from a happy, relaxed droop to a sharp, angry flick. We saw how the treetops are not just branches, but a giant playground where young squirrels chase and tumble, practicing the skills they need for survival. From the city park to the deep forest, we discovered how these amazing animals build their homes, find their food, and outsmart their enemies in so many clever ways. We also had the privilege of seeing Squeaky become a father. We peeked inside the secret nursery of the dray and watched his tiny, helpless kits grow into fluffy, energetic explorers. We saw the teamwork and dedication he and his mate Willow showed as they protected and provided for their new family. We witnessed the dramatic day they repaired their nest and the heartwarming moment the young squirrels took their first brave leap of faith out into the big, wide world. This journey has given us a special glimpse into the full circle of a squirrel's life, full of challenges, joy, and family. But just because our story with Squeaky is ending, it doesn't mean the adventure is over. In fact, a new one is just beginning. Yours! The next time you walk through a park or even look out your own window, you'll see the world of squirrels in a whole new light. You now know the secrets behind their chattering calls and their flicking tails. You know that when you see a squirrel digging, it might be hiding a treasure for winter. The world is full of Squeakies, each with their own story, and now you have the knowledge to watch and understand their amazing lives unfolding right in front of you. Squeaky's story shows these common animals are extraordinary. They're intelligent, resilient, and help keep our parks and forests healthy. Their forgotten nuts grow into trees. They are a vital part of the food chain. Every animal has an important job in the web of life, helping to keep nature in balance. We share our world with wildlife, so we have a responsibility to help them. Give them space, keep parks clean, and avoid littering. You can make your garden squirrel-friendly by planting native trees or leaving out water. Tell a grown-up if you see a sick or hurt animal. Every creature matters. Be a friend to the wildlife in your neighborhood.